Okay, so the Venom trailer, or teaser trailer, has just come out as of today, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. You know, for a Venom trailer, I didn't see a lot of Venom. In that, I didn't see any. Now, look, I know that this is a teaser trailer, and you got to get that hype out, but you got to understand that there is a lot of stuff writing on this, and a lot of naysayers who are really and a lot of people who are just like, you've been trying to push this since day one, Sony. Ever since you got Spider-Man, you've been trying to push I almost said something else. You've been trying to push a Venom movie for years. Ever since Spider-Man, ever since 2007, you've been trying to do this for over a decade. And now that you finally have it, you gotta deliver. So, one shot of Eddie Brock as Venom, you know, at least him, like, putting on the symbiote, like the symbiote coming over him and, like, roaring or something at the screen. Something to show that this is the movie Venom fans have been waiting for. You know, something to that degree. That's kind of what we need here, is we needed to see Venom, but we got a lot of Eddie Brock, and don't get me wrong, I really dig Tom Hardy, and I think he was a good pick for Eddie Brock. I honestly think he was a good pick for Eddie Brock. You know, he's got the physicality, he's really good at playing, like, the down and out kind of character. I think he was a good pick. Because a lot of people seem to forget that Eddie Brock Eddie Brock in the comics is a big dude. So, yeah, I know a lot of people, some people were like, bring back Topher Grace, and I was like, Are you kidding right now? What in the actual fuck? Anyway, but yeah, that was kind of the thing, is that I just wanted to see one shot of Venom. And yes, we do see the symbiote for one quick moment. And we do see, like, what I guess is him, like, screaming as the symbiote's coming up through his skin. But you gotta show us Venom. But knowing Sony, and I guarantee you this will happen, knowing Sony, in the coming months, we will get another trailer that will show us a shit ton of Venom. Because, yeah, they'll be like, here's Venom, here's Venom, here's Venom, here's Venom, here's Venom, here's Venom, here's Venom. And then we'll get another trailer that's 6 minutes long and shows us the entire goddamn movie because Sony can't fucking help themselves. Yeah, that's how it went with Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's how it went with Ghostbusters. And thankfully, it didn't go down. It almost went down that route with Spider-Man: Homecoming. But thankfully, Marvel put a stop to that. So yeah, after that second trailer that showed a little too much, we were all afraid it just showed the whole movie. Thankfully, that didn't happen. So yeah, but I got a feeling, since this is all Sony's movie, that they're just going to go the Sony. They're just going to do the Sony thing and show us the entire movie in one trailer. All I need is a second trailer that shows us what Venom's going to look like in the movie. That is all I'm asking. I'm not asking for, like, that's all I'm asking, even in one shot. Having said that, though, I think having in October, because it is supposed to be like an R-rated horror film, like a horror film in a way. So I was like, okay, October, that's a good angle to really play with. That's a good place to put it. And like I said, I'm okay with Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. And I think, like, what I've pieced together from the trailer, because I haven't really been following the news of this movie, is that what I'm guessing is that Eddie Brock, who is, like, down on his luck, he's probably, this is the point where he's taking pictures and all that, and, writing journalism. He comes across the meteor crashing, and the symbiote gets a hold of him, and now the government's after him because they want the symbiote. Typical. From what I understand is that we're going to get Carnage in this movie, which I figured as much. It would be Carnage. That he was like, of course you would do that. But the other thing is that I've always found trippy about this Venom movie is that Eddie Brock's character is kind of integral. If you really want to play with it, you need Peter Parker, because Peter Parker's the one who really inadvertently screws him over. Or Spider-Man, excuse me. Spider-Man really screws him over. So, I don't know how they're going to have that. And I keep hearing this back and forth that Tom Holland is going to show up in this movie. I don't know if that's true or not. If anyone knows any further information, let me know in the comments below. The other thing is that, there's going to be not just Carnage, but the other multiple symbiotes like Scream and Lasher and the rest. Alright, just blow all your symbiote load in case you get a sequel. I don't know, you could do Jack-O-Lantern. I mean, even though that's Flash Thompson's Venom, but, you know, that's a Flash Thompson Venom villain, but this Flash Thompson's, shall we say, not agent material in this universe. But that's the takeaway we're looking at, folks. But anyway, where was I going with this? But yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. Don't get me wrong, it looks interesting, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have wanted a Venom movie since ever. Because, yeah, Venom, you know, there's so much you can do with Venom that you can't do with Spider-Man, but the problem is we always run back to, oh, since it's Venom, you know, we gotta just have the symbiotes, and I'm like, you could just pull a little from, you know, Spider-Man is a good rogues gallery, and maybe you could pull from other villains, you know, some of the lesser ones, like, have Venom fight Vermin, or, like I said, Jack-o'-lantern. Actually, no, Jack-o'-lantern would be kind of cool as a spider, you know, to see in the movies, especially the Rick Remender Jack-o'-lantern. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, and there's also just some scenes that are just kind of weird, like everyone being thrown at it. Like there's a office building, and suddenly everyone just goes flying everywhere. Like I was like, Venom does not have psychic powers. What is going on here? Is the symbiote like grabbing them all at once and throwing them? I don't know what the deal with that scene was. And also there's like cars being thrown. Now that I can see, but it's from a motorcycle, so maybe the symbiote's like coming out of Eddie to defend itself? I don't know. And make those cars flip over? Again, I don't know. There are just some scenes that made me go, what the hell was that? But yeah. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought, because there's not much else to talk about with this. And I was not even convinced this movie was going to happen, even with Tom Hardy on board. The trailer physically gave, like, it was almost like this trailer said, "Yes, Zilla, it's happening! It is happening!" Because, yeah, it's Sony. They have a plan and an ass. You know, they have a barely half an ass plan to figure out anything of what they want to do next. So, I know I sound like I'm coming down really negative on this, and you may be saying, oh, but they did really good with Spider-Man Homecoming. No, that's because Marvel helped them. This is all Sony, and we all know what it's like with Sony with just a Spider-Man property, don't we? So you'll forgive me if I'm a little skeptical, and I can't be the only one who's still a little who has some skepticism on this as well. You know? Because I want to like this movie. I really do. I really do want to like this movie. But you know, past experiences with Sony, especially, you know, Amazings 1 and 2, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to really follow up with that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot. I want to like this movie, and maybe the next trailer will be a little more convincing. Because again, this is a teaser trailer. This is a, you know, just a little, hey, it's happening, here you go, this is actually happening. That's all I can really say. And I know there's been like a lot of Venom t-shirts with like the Venom face on it, but at the same time I'm like, I actually wanted to see the Venom symbiote. You know, I wanted to see what it looks like. I mean, yeah, there's pictures of like, and t-shirts of the Venom face on it, but that's from the comic book. I want to see what the actual Venom design is going to look like. That's what I'm, you know, and I'm not saying, oh, this movie's going to make or break on how well Venom looks. I'm not saying that at all. It'll help. What I'm saying is I just want a good Venom movie. Because now that, you know, R-rated films are okay now, you know, thanks to Deadpool and Logan, I really want to see this movie succeed. And I really hate like I'm sounding on that, I'm shitting on this, and I really don't want to, because I want to see this movie do well, you know. I'm always, you know, the only time I was hoping for a Fantastic Four movie to, I mean, yeah, the only time I ever wanted a superhero movie to fail was Failtastic Four. That was literally it. That was the only superhero movie I ever wanted to fail. I don't want this to fail, because maybe we could actually get some supervillain movies. Yeah, I would prefer to, you know, now with the superhero market as it is, I would like to see, you know, this, you know, Suicide Squad was kind of proving ground. You could do a supervillain movie if they didn't make them heroes kind of heroes at the end. Maybe they'll do that a little differently in Suicide Squad 2. Oh, what am I fucking saying? Anyway, but yeah, I would like to see some supervillain movies. You know, there's been talk of Morbius, but yeah, with the superhero movies as they are, it's sometimes you need a little change now and again, and having villain movies would be a good angle for it. And hopefully this will really be proving ground, in kind of the way Suicide Squad was, but not by much. I'm not saying Suicide Squad was good proving ground, it wasn't, but anyway. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the Venom trailer? Like it, hate it, just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.